The Ghosts of Riverside. Is love truly unconditional? Or does betrayal shatter even the strongest bonds, leaving behind only the haunting echoes of what once was? I exist in Riverside, Missouri, a town where life once seemed a gentle stream. I'm Jack, 45, a mechanic, a man who believed in the sanctity of family. Laura, my wife, was my youthful dream realized. Max and Sophie, our children, completed the picture of idyllic bliss. Our life was a carefully constructed facade. I toiled at the machine shop while Laura nurtured our home. But the relentless routine slowly eroded the passion, leaving behind a chilling emptiness. Laura retreated, lost in the digital world, her absences growing longer, her eyes holding a secret sorrow. A gnawing unease took root in my soul. I dismissed it as stress, the weight of responsibility. But intuition, that cruel messenger, whispered of something amiss. Laura's guarded glances, her hushed phone calls fueled the growing suspicion. One evening, I returned home to find Laura hastily closing her laptop. The screen's glow reflected in her eyes, a mixture of guilt and fear. That night, sleep eluded me as I replayed our life, searching for the cracks in our foundation. What was she hiding behind that melancholic smile? Driven by a desperate need for answers, I began to observe Laura. Her trips to the store stretched longer than necessary. One afternoon, I saw her in hushed conversation with Ben, our neighbor, a man I'd always considered a friend. Disbelief warred with a chilling certainty. I needed proof, tangible evidence to confirm my darkest fears. I violated her privacy, checking her phone while she was away. The messages with Ben were undeniable, filled with longing and clandestine rendezvous. My heart twisted with a pain I had never known. Fueled by a volatile mix of anger and despair, I confronted Ben. I found him in his backyard, tending to his garden, oblivious to the storm brewing within me. I approached him, my voice a strained whisper. "Ben," I said, my voice trembling, "we need to talk." He looked surprised, but agreed. We sat in silence for a moment, the weight of unspoken accusations hanging heavy in the air. I cut through the pretense, my voice raw with emotion. "Are you having an affair with Laura?" He hesitated, his eyes filled with shame. "Yes," he confessed. "I know it's wrong." A wave of rage washed over me, threatening to consume me. I stood abruptly, unable to bear his presence any longer, and walked away, leaving him to grapple with his guilt. I gathered my evidence, each photograph, each message, a nail in the coffin of our marriage. I planned a public unveiling, a cruel and calculated act of revenge. Sophie's birthday party became the stage for my devastating revelation. The party was a grotesque parody of happiness. Children shrieked with laughter while adults exchanged polite conversation, oblivious to the impending storm. As everyone gathered for a toast, I raised my glass, my voice trembling with suppressed emotion. "Friends," I began, my gaze fixed on Laura, "I want to thank you for celebrating with us, but there's something you need to know." I activated the projector and the images flashed onto the screen. Laura and Ben holding hands, sharing intimate moments, their faces etched with forbidden desire. A collective gasp filled the air. Laura's face drained of color. "Jack!" she cried, her voice laced with panic. "You can't do this! We can talk about this!" But I was deaf to her pleas. I continued the slideshow, each image a searing indictment of her betrayal. Our friends averted their eyes, their faces etched with judgment. The party dissolved into chaos. Laura, humiliated and broken, fled the house in tears. Later, she packed her bags and left, leaving behind the shattered remnants of our family. The children stayed with me, their innocent eyes reflecting the devastation that had engulfed our lives. In the aftermath, I clung to the belief that I was justified. Laura had made her choice, choosing betrayal over honesty. I was left to pick up the pieces, haunted by the ghosts of our past happiness. Laura sought refuge with her sister in a distant city, attempting to rebuild her life from the ashes. We were irrevocably broken, two ships passing in the night, forever separated by the chasm of betrayal. I remained in Riverside, raising our children, forever marked by Laura's infidelity. The town, once a symbol of idyllic community, now felt like a prison, each familiar face a reminder of my loss. I was left to grapple with the consequences of my actions, the public shaming, the broken family, the lingering bitterness. Was revenge worth the price? Had I truly found justice or simply perpetuated the cycle of pain? But amidst the wreckage, a new purpose began to emerge. I realized that dwelling on the past would only perpetuate the pain. I needed to focus on my children, to provide them with the love and stability they deserved. I sought therapy, confronting my own flaws and insecurities. I learned to forgive, not for Laura's sake, but for my own. I began to rebuild my life, brick by painful brick, determined to create a future free from the shadows of the past. To those of you in relationships, especially married couples, remember that communication is the bedrock of a lasting bond. Don't let resentment fester. Don't allow secrets to take root. Talk to each other, listen to each other, and never underestimate the power of honesty. If you find yourself drifting apart, seek help. Marriage counseling can provide the tools and guidance you need to navigate difficult times. Remember that love is a choice, a commitment that requires constant nurturing and unwavering dedication. Don't let the ghosts of Riverside haunt your own relationships. Take action today to strengthen your bond with your partner. Schedule a date night, reconnect and rediscover the spark that brought you together. Have an open and honest conversation. Share your feelings, fears, and desires without judgment. Seek professional help. If you're struggling to communicate or resolve conflict, don't hesitate to seek guidance from a therapist or counselor. Your relationship is worth fighting for. Don't let betrayal, resentment, or silence destroy the love you share. Choose honesty, choose communication, and choose to build a future filled with trust, understanding, and unwavering commitment. Because in the end, love is not just a feeling, it's a choice, a promise, and a testament to the enduring power of the human heart.